everyone, and welcome to the Raw Report, episode 21. We're finally back after a little hiatus. But before we start today's show, make sure you hit the like, subscribe button, drop a comment, hit us up on Instagram at Raw Fantasy Sports, connect with us. And very, very important week right now because we got complete mayhem. You know, after the Chiefs won the Super Bowl over my Eagles, it's very disappointing to announce, right? But now we're further down the line into free agency, and it's been a complete mayhem the last 2 days, all right? So one of the first notable moves out here, we're going to start with the Giants over here with X. And what can you tell us about the moves right now, X? Like, I seen the franchise tag. I see Daniel Dimes' contract. What you guys got going on?
Yo, I'm loving the moves we made. I love the Waller deal. We basically traded Kadarius Toney for a third-round pick. We traded that third-round pick to pick up Waller. I think it's a great fit. I think Daniel Jones has that big target. He's going to be he needs in the end zone. And the other pickup I like is the kid as well from the Colts. His name is Bobby Okereke. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I know he had a great year. He's a good linebacker. He's going to hold down the middle, which is what we need because we have outside blitzers, so we need someone in the middle that could get those solid tackles like we were talking about with Bobby Wagner and shit. You know, when you have guys that are blitzing from the outside, it's important to have someone in the middle, and we just lack that. We haven't had a middle linebacker in decades, so this is a big signing for us. I'm also excited about Darren Waller. We also kept our punter, the Red Rocket. We also kept Matt Breida as well, who has some familiarity with Coach Brian Daboll, Coach of the Year. Let's not forget. And, you know, he made a lot happen with very little. So I'm excited to see who else we get. I think there's still a big move on the cusp, whether it's going to be Odell or Zay Jones or another receiver that we're going to add on. And we still might draft a receiver in, you know, early first few rounds of the draft, hopefully the first round. So I'm really excited to see what the Giants got going. We're cooking. Finally, we got some cap room. We don't got too many bad contracts. We let Galladay go. And, you know, we're looking to keep building on what was created in this playoff season. So I'm excited.
What do you think your success is going to be finding a better wide receiving core to complement your new additions? Because Darren Waller is a hell of a pick. He's one of my favorite tight ends. If he can stay healthy, I see him having a huge season, bro. So what do you think they're going to do in terms of wide receivers?
I think we'll get Zay Jones. I think we'll get another veteran who he might get like a 3 or 4 year deal. I would say around 8 to 10 mil per year, and then still draft a rookie. Because Daniel Jones, as we know, you know, he doesn't have many weapons. He's only thrown last year. He threw like 3,000 passing yards, which is not a lot at all. But he ran for 700 yards. So surrounding him with more weapons so that he doesn't have to run as much is important. So I think they're going to finally come through and get him some more slot receivers. I think this next year, he's going to have a lot of short throws. And we also re-signed Sterling Shepard as well, which is someone who's a slot receiver, like I'm mentioning. We're going to have Wandell Robinson come back, the rookie who tore his ACL. So we have we have a lot of things brewing, and we just need that 1 or 2 nice signings to solidify the entire corp of receivers and tight ends.
Yeah, that should be interesting to see and catch this upcoming season. I know, it's been a big week, and I know for a fact the Dolphins have been on the moves as well. They had a lot of notables come through, primarily Jalen Ramsey. And I know this man over here to the left or to your right, he's very excited about these moves. What can you tell me, Bones?
I'm going to have to start off with the Lil Wayne flicker of the lighter.
And for those that don't know, you youngins, back in the day when Lil Wayne was popping, he would always start his tracks with a lighter. So let's see this hot fire Bones got going on.
I'm about to drop bars like the drought is over. 3. Listen. What can I say? Right? History has taught me and other people, you know, you never celebrate too early. You know, you never talk, before the plate is served, but things are looking extremely vibrant in Miami Gardens. Let's be real. These niggas play on 27th Avenue, 199th Street. Ain't no South Beach around this mug. With that being said, Jalen Ramsey. What? Basically, the generational player of his position of this current era to the Dolphins for something that even the game Madden wouldn't allow. Like you can't go to your Madden game and make that trade because the machine's gonna tell you value does not compute. But nevertheless, our GM is cooking. It's the off season. Half of our roster was basically up for grabs, and we have made some notable splashes, more so in the restructure area. Now, this is something I haven't really seen before. This is something that you can possibly do like on Madden when you like take off all the settings and you can just do whatever the hell you want and sign the All-Star team. But yeah, Tyreek Hill has restructured his contract, a cornerstone of our offense. He just went down from 16 mil to 1.4. You also have Teron Armstead, who was slated to get like about 20 mil. His cap went down to 3 mil due to another restructure. Bradley Chubb down to 3 mil again, and also Jalen Ramsey, our new addition, restructured from 17 million to 4.1. So the Dolphins have created over $57 million in cap over the last 48 hours. And that's amazing because when this whole started, we were under 19. We were over the cap by 19 million, and we ended up making 57 in space. So
now you can get the quarterback you need. Now you need a quarterback.
See, this is why you're.
Now you can get a real quarterback for the Miami Dolphins. What's up? Tom Brady coming out of retirement?
You're right. Look, listen. It's Tua. These guys, our coach and our GM have constantly said ever since the season ended that they look forward to Tua manning the Dolphins for a very long time to come. And it was evident when they picked up his fifth year on his rookie deal. Now, like how X has said plenty of times, if you're smart, if you're running a team, you take advantage of a good quarterback while he's on the cheap deal, right? And that's exactly what the Dolphins are doing right now. They're taking advantage of this 2-year window before you got to pay Tua. Everybody knows you got to pay the quarterback. You don't want to have no Lamar Jackson situation on your hands. But the Dolphins are making noise. We also re-signed a couple of the players. We already signed our running backs. We re-signed two. We got David Long from the Titans, which had the third best grade amongst linebackers when it comes to stopping the run. We're doing pretty hot. Honestly, I can't wait. It's going to be must-see TV. I'm going to call it now. We might be a candidate for Hard Knocks, even though I'm not a fan of that because I feel like it's too much of the distraction. But think about it. You have arguably the best receiver in Tyreek Hill going against Jalen Ramsey every day in practice, and then you got Jalen Waddle, who could also be a wide receiver one on most teams, going against Xavier Howard. It's going to be must-see TV.
I'm going to hit you with the 2011 Vince Young. You guys are looking like the dream team. You guys are looking like the 2011 Philadelphia Eagles, if I must say. You guys looking like a dynasty ready to eat. That's what y'all looking like. I'm all interested in seeing how this new structuring of contracts is going to work because I've noticed that more and more teams are just giving the majority of the chunk of the money on a signing bonus or on a signing basis. And typically, I don't know much about sports contracts, but when you sign a bonus, it's a signing bonus, right? Meaning it's to assume you probably get a lump sum as soon as you sign on the dotted line. And then to have $1 million salary for the rest of the season, which we all know is not true. The thing that affects the salary cap is the yearly salary. So therefore, if you decrease the yearly salary and just give them the signing bonus up front, you don't have to worry about these things, right? You don't have to worry about your salary cap. It's going to allow you to get as many players as you need. And just like you listed them, you guys have a bunch of all-stars, a bunch of all-pros on your team. Jalen Ramsey, Waddle. You guys Mozart right now, right? And Jeff Wilson.
All these names and their second best player is like Christian Wilkins.
That's what I say. You guys are looking like the dream team.
It's changed. Who do you think is the best player in the Dolphins? I think it's Tyreek Hill.
I would say
Tyreek Hill. and now Jalen Ramsey.
I think Ramsey needs to prove himself again because he had a bad year. Even the Super Bowl run, he was getting burned by Chase.
I mean, but he got the stops when he needed.
Yeah, but Chase burns everybody.
He burns everybody, but the end of the year report had him as the third best corner rated PFF.
Yeah, he's a familiar name. He's always going to be there for the rest of his career, unless he just falls off a cliff. You know what I mean?
Bro, I've never seen a cornerback fall so fast like I did with what's this guy's name? The star in
Revis,
Green Bay. No, it was Green Bay, the guy with the
Jair,
dreads, bro. No, bro. Your boy Plaxico Burress made him look like a boy, bro. In the 2000
Kenzie,
in the
Mike
cornerback
McKenzie.
with the dreads in
Oh,
Green
he's talking
Bay.
about Al Harris.
Al Harris, bro. Yo, everybody knew for years that side of the field lockdown.
He was good.
And then '07 happened, and Plaxico just exposed
Yeah,
him, and he was never the same after
because
that.
he was little. He was little, and the whole
He
NFL was about speed, and then it became about physicality and height.
oh my God, he exposed him. But no, bro, like, look, we have Xavier Howard and we have Jalen Ramsey. It's beautiful. It's looking really beautiful. You got Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle. Tua when healthy showed what he can do, right? That's the key word, right? That's why we also signed Jeff White, the backup for the Jets. Solid pick,
You got
solid
Mike
signing.
White.
Yeah. I said
Yeah.
Jeff White. Yeah, we have Mike
2 year,
White.
14 mil.
Oh shit, that's good. That's gonna be your
Yep,
quarterback.
that's gonna be our backup.
Sorry.
He's a local. He's a local. He grew up in Palm Beach.
Crazy.
So yeah. So the Dolphins are looking good. I knew that we needed to address a backup because unfortunately, Tua has shown that he hasn't played a full season as of yet, and we don't want to be stuck in a situation where even our backup was incompetent, right? With Jacoby Brissett and Teddy Bridgewater, two good names that didn't really pan out down here. So it's looking good. I don't want to go as far and say, yo, it's a dream team. I feel like the players are doing a good job of not over speaking too much.
Mm.
I'm not gonna ruin the plate before it's even served. We gotta see how this shit goes. Training camp has to happen. The rest of the team needs to fill out. As of right now, everything's looking sexy. We got no linebackers. We addressed the running back position no more than 4 hours ago. So now we know how we're moving forward when it comes to that. Let's see how this goes.
Let's see if they pull a stunt for Bobby Wagner.
Nah. I don't know, bro. X kind of spoke some sense to me. He was like, look, bro, yeah, 5 years ago that was sexy, but what about now? So I don't know. I feel like the wave is going young. We really don't have nobody that's old. We only have two stars that are old, and that's Teron and Xavier, and they just turned 30. That's not old by any means necessary,
How old
right?
is Bobby Wagner?
So
35?
he's
33?
34, 33.
Oh,
He might be looking for that last good paycheck or the last good contract to go into retirement. So I could
He
see
did,
maybe
bro.
him not.
He did.
Maybe.
The Rams gave him a 5-year deal, but since they had such a bad year, they notified him, we're about to have a fire sale. So they came to a mutual agreement to get out to be
How
released
much
from
is
the
he? How
contract.
much? It depends how much he's owed this season. What's the cap hit on him?
I don't know. Look it up. Who
nah,
I'm hearing the
it doesn't
Cowboys want to make
matter.
a gun for that. So
Because
Jerry Jones is already on the phone.
I'd rather get Levante David from the Bucks.
bro,
Still young, 29.
yeah, but he's one of the best in the league, bro.
I need that. Our GM
You're
is
not
doing
gonna
is
get
pulling
that.
our GM is pulling miracles right now, bro. We just got Ramsey for Hunter Long in the third round pick,
But
77 overall.
bro, you keep thinking about the player, and you're not thinking that he's coming with $100 million contract. Like that's a big deal. That's why you got him for cheap. You didn't get him for cheap. You're paying a lot for him, cash wise.
100
Mm-hmm.
mil.
Yeah, don't just think of it like, oh, we just got for a backup tight end. Nah, bro. They dumped their salary on you.
And
Same
we
thing with
added and
Bobby
we
Wagner.
guaranteed
Same thing
the
that they do
last
with a
two.
lot of other players. They might
But
cut somebody else. I mean, between Cup and Donald, bro, they're paying everybody, bro.
yeah, but look, it's like Jerry said. a long time ago. None of these players ever lived to see that final year of the contract on the same team.
Exactly.
And that shit gets moved. That's a problem from 4 or 5 years from now because we get an extension.
And
So
we're about to see the game change once again. I think these playoffs really let us know that it's truly a brand new generation, a brand new era of players. A lot of the people that we grew up watching are long gone now, and Tom Brady just finished retiring. And I have a feeling we're gonna start seeing a lot more like NBA style movement, guys getting traded in the middle of the season to come fit in a certain spot, a certain weakness on the team. Guys are gonna start getting shorter deals. I think more and more of them are just getting 3-year deals, 4-year deals, and just calling it a day. They don't want a long-term deal. They just want to hop around, I firmly believe that Bobby Wagner move was literally him to come help them win a ring, and then you're out of there.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was really the deal that they had. Like, listen, come over here. We'll win a chip. But as soon as the chip is over, it's a fire sale with the 1997 Marlins out here. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what it is, bro.
that's wild, dog. Like it's gonna be a new league, right? Like it's gonna be a new league. There's restructuring. Like it's a loophole. It's a legal loophole, and clearly my team is taking the most advantage of that. Let's see if it has any payoff. Like Jerry said, it has a high reward if it all goes good, but that risk,
but you guys are lucky.
That's a lot. That's a lot of money up front lost if the worst happens. So we just got to wait for the season to go.
The Rams were built because they had a rookie quarterback in Jared Goff and his contract, right? Then they built their players. That's why they were able to sign everybody. Now they got rid of Goff, obviously, and they got Stafford in there, who's not the highest paid in the league, but
he had a long contract.
He had a longer contract, but now everybody they signed, they're getting rid of because they can't afford everyone. Like you said, they signed into a 5-year deal, but they only probably had them in mind for like a year or two.
And that's what's happening, bro. That's what's happening. Yeah. But let's talk about the excitement, that's still going on, like throughout the league. Lamar Jackson hasn't really done anything there. Oh wait, before that, Jerry said there's some big changes coming up. My favorite change of this upcoming season is that coaches can now challenge roughing the passer calls. We can now challenge it, review it, and see and determine whether the call on the field on roughing the passer is valid or not. Because
that's a good rule change. I like it.
I like it because how many times has your team got fucked over because your defense, hit the quarterback a little too hard or vice versa?
Too many times.
Yeah, let's jump into Vegas and Jimmy G, the new leader of the Las Vegas Raiders, and Devontae Adams. As you guys know, the Raiders just got rid of Darren Waller, okay? But they still got Josh Jacobs. They still got Hunter Renfrow. So
now,
and they just got somebody else. Who they get right now? They just signed somebody.
Jacoby Myers, was it?
Jacoby Myers from the Patriots. So now they're going to not a passing team after re-signing Jacobs because it makes sense, right?
They paid Jacobs how many years?
They tagged him.
So
whatever the tag is, what is it? 16, 15 mil?
Yo, I'm scared these players not gonna play, bro. Like Saquon, like he's got tagged, but he could be like, yo, I'm not playing. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, he's not gonna try and actually play and injure himself when he has a massive contract coming his way.
Right. Like you're top 5, bro. How much higher can you raise your stock?
You're top 5. Damn, bro. That's that. Both of them can say, yo, we're top 5 at our precision, and you got us waiting. That's wild, bro. Again,
yeah, but the first one to do it was Bell, and then everybody else got paid.
He messed up the game so bad, bro. And I was such a huge fan, and he came with some. He's the poster child. He should be the poster child for the NFL for future references of fuck around and find out. You think you're this valuable? Fuck around and find out.
He got paid, but don't get it twisted. He got paid.
Not what he could have. Not what he could have.
No,
he could have gotten paid more had he played his cards right, but he forced his way out of it.
He got the contract
from the Jets, who were desperate.
Bro, you're missing the point. he got paid. He got $50 million as a running back when they wanted to give him like $13 million for 1 year. He was like, yo, if I get hurt in that 1 year, I'm never going to get a multi-year deal. The Jets gave him like 50, and he only played like 2 years, and he got like 30 guaranteed, yo.
I
He got
remember,
paid.
really, I remember him not benefiting from that.
Well, yeah, because he got cut, but though he got the bag, bro. That's why he left. He didn't leave just to come back and play for pennies. Nah, he got the bag.
I thought he got
Yeah.
lowballed, to be honest.
I think the culture is also shifting. Players are realizing you don't have to put as much effort when it's obviously a team sport and you have a massive contract, or you have somebody else dangling, let's say $12 million in front of you and say, come play 6 games. Or like what we saw OBJ try to do last season, where he just wanted to come in and sign for the playoffs. He's like, I don't want to play the regular season and fuck up my knee again. Let me get a playoff contract and help you guys win a ring. But nobody really took him on it. So
Nah, yeah, he wasn't ready.
Maybe the Cowboys should have.
I don't think he was ready, bro.
It's what the Rams did, bro. The Rams were having a terrible year, 5-12, and they had to scrap for those 5 wins. But bro, all their players balled out the last 2 weeks because they didn't want to end it on a bad note. It's like you said, like, why fuck up our body when the season's lost? Well, when that team season is lost, and it showed. Jalen Ramsey had like 4 picks in the last 2-3 games. Ridiculous.
Yeah, but who they play?
They're playing the Seahawks, a playoff-bound team.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, like, you feel me? Like, yeah,
we gotta see what happens, because then you have players like Lamar Jackson, and I'm starting to believe that Lamar Jackson might be stuck for this upcoming season. He's gonna end up staying in Baltimore, and like something like what X mentioned.
He got paid today.
Who?
Nah.
Lamar, 3 years, 130 or some shit like that.
No. That's what they offered him.
I sent that text to you guys because he called out Adam Schefter. That's what I wanted to bring up, fellas. Adam Schefter's credibility got called out today, nasty. And I hate to see it because Adam's the boy, but he tweeted something about that Lamar Jackson turned down a $200 million guaranteed deal from the Ravens, and Lamar replied, "Cap, 3-year, 133." And that's where that stems from. He called it out on Twitter.
Yeah, because they were saying, oh, he turned down 200 million guaranteed. He's like, no, what I turned down was 133 for 3 years.
Over 3. Yeah, that's what it was. That's what the guaranteed part was. And
so I'm starting to believe
longer.
I'm starting to believe that Lamar might be stuck, man, because look, they're gonna pay him 34 mil if he ends up getting stuck in Baltimore. And there's really only 16 teams in the NFL right now that have enough cap space to sign him. However, it's very difficult to foresee anybody blowing their cap just to sign Lamar Jackson, which, regardless of what they sign, they're going to have to eat up that 34 mil and probably give him 45 or 50 after that. The only team with cap right now is the Bears. They got like 93 million in cap, but they already got a quarterback. You know what I mean? And then several other teams, Raiders decided to go with Jimmy G, which I don't fucking agree with, but they went after Jimmy G because they can get him for cheap and he has enough experience. But we'll see, man. I don't think anybody's gonna come for Lamar. He's gonna have to play it out.
Jimmy G's cheaper than Carr, but it's gonna have the same effect, bro.
Right. They got rid of Derek Carr to get Derek Carr instead of going for Lamar. Imagine Lamar and Devontae Adams on the same team.
But they're paying
Josh Jacobs.
Nobody wants to play with Lamar, bro. Like, he don't throw the receivers enough. And in the playoffs, he's so predictable that teams can just game plan to just cover the middle, make him throw outside. He can't do it.
Like, yeah, so they probably know something more from a systematic standpoint. The coaches know
it's hard. It's hard.
Yeah, they know that, like, hey, man, if we take him out of the system, he's not going to flourish as much as he has. So maybe they're like, yeah, you're much lower than 34 mil. That's what they're telling him.
Right. They try to be like, oh, he's a quarterback and this and that, but bro, his rushing stats are out of this world, bro. He's the offense. And then come playoff time, these good coaches that are playoff coaches, they're going to stop you, bro. You're going to lose to the Titans type shit. You know what I mean?
Mike Vrabel and the Titans.
Yeah, he's a good coach though. He's the
He's a
one
good
that
coach.
beats everybody.
He's a good coach. It's gonna be interesting what they do there because, like Jerry said, I don't agree with that. But speaking about quarterbacks on the move, the great Pat McAfee, is at 1 o'clock is hosting Aaron Rodgers announcements. He's gonna be live on his show to make an announcement. We already know that. Well, most people are assuming it's gonna be the Jets. What do you guys think? You think it's gonna come out all shroomed out, talking about
Look,
I want
for
to,
me, it's 50-50. I think he's either gonna go to the Jets or he's gonna stay in Green Bay.
I think he's gonna go somewhere else. I think he's gonna throw a dark horse, and everybody's gonna be like, "Really?"
Supposedly, Lazard, who got signed by the Jets, is on his list of demands to go to the Jets. But I saw the list, and he requested Randall Cobb supposedly, and I find that hard to believe. But you never know with
he
these
re-
old heads, man. You never know.
he requested the 2017 Green Bay Packers.
He thinks he's Brady. What the hell's wrong with him, bro?
He's like, "I need you guys to sign Mercedes Lewis."
Fucking
Mercedes
Jordy
Lewis.
Nelson.
I'm like, who?
Fucking Jordy Nelson. I need him.
He retired, bring him back.
Fuck out of
Yeah,
here,
man. So
bro.
it should be interesting to see. We can't wait to find out, and that way we can talk about this on our next episode. But right now, guys, it's looking like football is about to be year round. And quickly before we get on out of here, let's discuss the XFL. And I'm glad that Bones brought up the rule changes because we definitely seen a lot of crazy rules going on in the XFL that actually make good sense. They have a 1 point, 2 point, and 3 point conversion. And I like what you said about challenging the passes because they actually challenge all the calls. I actually recently saw week 1 where they were challenging a defensive pass interference in the end zone. You
Yeah,
know what
and
I
they
mean?
called
And
it.
and I think that's dope. I mean, having the ability to challenge a call on the spot so that you can get your points. You know what I mean? When we don't really see that very often, we've seen refs really mess up important games, man. That the team should be allowed, coaches should be allowed to challenge a referee's call. This
Right.
ain't baseball.
What's the calling? Like, what do they call it? The ruling on the field. That's what it is. If the ruling on the field is not what you want, then yeah, you can't. Yeah, it would be nice to see that adapted, but the XFL has to have success for the NFL to do that.
Yeah, they
Especially
could do it, but it just has to work, and it has to work quickly. They can't be reviewing all these reviews for 5 minutes and kill the flow of the game. You know what I mean?
I,
they're
I
going to
think
limit it.
the better part about what the XFL has going on is that they always have an extra pair of eyes. So they got the guys upstairs, they got the guys on the field. Everybody's mic'd up throughout the entire process, so you know what everybody's talking
Really?
about. And they replay everything in real time, slow motion on TV. They don't leave the audience out of it. Like, look, listen, this is a legit call. This is not a legit call. And if you
Yeah.
can clearly see it wasn't a good call, you could have returned it. Just like the Eagles could have challenged that bullshit holding call at the Super Bowl, and they weren't
Yup.
allowed to. And it's like, come on, man, like that was barely a tap. So come on, man. You still have the ability to. You should have the ability to challenge the call, man. Throw a flag out
Wow.
there.
That's big. If you would have had the ability to challenge it, for sure that flag would have flown and the challenge would have been on.
And hold up. And the beauty of it is not up to the referees on the field. It's upstairs. They're reviewing that shit, bro. Look at
Yeah,
this Giants
bro.
hater over here. Look at this Giants. Look at this 5-9 player right here. Look,
Nigga said if we could challenge the fucking pass interference.
we could. Listen, you gotta be at the big dance to talk, bro.
Oh damn! Yo, I know our
What
Super
the
Bowl
Giants
record is
do? What
three
the
and
Giants
one.
do?
Our
What the
Super Bowl
Giants
record is
do?
3-1, not one
What
and
the
three.
Giants do though?
We 3-1 in the Super Bowl, not 1 and
Nigga,
3.
losing season, dog. Another one coming up.
We 3-1 in the Super Bowl.
Like, come
Who's
on.
better, Carr? Who's better?
Jalen Hurts,
Daniel.
baby.
Okay, you talking about the MVP, bro? Who's or a second MVP, the runner up?
Honestly, bro,
Like
in the
yo,
NFC,
Daniel Jones is average, bro. He's top 15.
he's good
Daniel
enough to be a
Jones.
starter, that's for sure.
Daniel Jones is what
On any
Tannehill should have
team.
been.
Yeah, he's top 15, bro, and he's never gonna be top 10, but he'll never be bottom 20.
He's prime Kirk Cousins.
Nah. Kirk Cousins could throw the ball.
Damn, now
But
you're
Daniel
just
Jones
trying
could
him,
run.
son.
Bro, Kirk Cousins
He's
never
prime
could
Kirk.
run. Kirk Cousins could never run for 700 yards. Ever.
Listen, let's see what he does, bro. They're giving him weapons. There's a reason why
That's
they
what
gave
I'm
him
saying,
that bread,
bro. What did Hurts do last year? 16
Everything.
touchdowns, right?
30 touchdowns, 10 rushing touchdowns. Water.
I'm talking about last year, the year before. He had like 16 passing touchdowns.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah,
That's
something
exactly what Daniel Jones had to go through. And now this year he got weapons. Last year the rookie was Justin Fields. Now they're gonna give him weapons. Watch him go off next year, bro.
They're
Watch.
saying that Justin Fields might have the best season ever.
He's gonna have a nasty year. He got DJ Moore and he got more weapons on the way.
So, who do you guys draft number 1 overall fantasy?
Oh, it's too early to tell. It's too early to tell right now, man. We're months
As of right now, it depends where Eckler gets traded.
I remember you guys talking.
He requested
down
a trade.
Like, both of you on camera. You're on record. Like, nah. Tyreek Hill questionable. And no smart man would draft him just for him to lead all receivers in points.
Yeah, he
had a
balled
good week
out.
too.
He balled out.
Take out week 2, bro.
With Tua, with backups, with third stringers. Shout out to Teddy. Shout out to Skyler.
All right, fellas.
With a healthy Tua, he would have broke records.
Listen, enough of the fantasy. All right, fantasy season is over.
The Dolphins are playing fantasy in real life.
That pretty much wraps us up, fellas. We're gonna catch y'all next week on episode 22 of the Raw Report. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, drop a comment, hit us up on Raw Fantasy Sports on IG. I'm gonna see you next week, fellas.
Follow me on Twitter, IG, Cusco Papi.